So there is quite a bit going on at the Texas border right now. If you're unclear about what's going on, for the past 3 years, pretty much 4 years, it's kind of like a hose. If you turn the knob and shut it off, no water comes out, right? Maybe you're kind of an idiot and you don't turn it all the way, so a couple of droplets come through every once in a while. But then there's people who just forget to shut it off and it just flows through all day until the water runs out, if it even does. That has been our border situation for the past 3.5, 4 years. People have just been coming through like water. And how it was before with Trump is it was kind of like when you don't shut the hose all the way. Couple would trickle through, but no big deal. Can't be perfect. And the whole thing is all kind of goofy to me because Governor Abbott, he's known about this problem for quite a long time. And a lot of people have asked me, well, why didn't he do something sooner? I have raised the same question, but upon thinking about it more, I think he probably believed that the feds would not completely drop the ball on it. Now, after the first year, I don't know how you can't come to the conclusion that they did, and on the second year actually do something. I don't know why he waited to do something until now. But at the end of the day, just so everyone knows my position, the Fed just wants to let everybody in, which we already have people who can't afford stuff. And you know what's the funny part about all this? I have heard reports of illegal aliens being given phones and $5,000 gift cards, if not more. I've heard some reports as far as 10,000. Where are those for our veterans on the street? Where are those for our veterans who have post-traumatic stress and can't work a job? Where are those for people who legitimately have issues, maybe very bad illness, who can't work? What do you tell them? How do you justify doing something like this before you take care of your own citizens? What do you say? It's just kind of sickening. But back to the Texas immigration problem. These people have just been flooding in. I don't know how many people Abbott has sent over to what they call sanctuary cities, but it's been a ton. They come through, they get staged, they put them in buses, and they send them to these cities. Now, do y'all want to hear something super ironic? There were a couple of American hunters that went down to Mexico to hunt. When they tried to come back, they were put in cages. That's right, they were put in cages, while illegal aliens are just running through and getting a bus ride to wherever. Anybody see anything wrong with that? Look at this.
This is what happens when an American citizen tries to come back into the United States of America after being hunting in Mexico legally for geese. This is what happens to an American citizen. Meanwhile, thousands of people are walking across the river in Texas and Arizona. But American citizens sitting in a cage while Customs looks at 2 shotguns and some geese to be taxidermied.
How does this make any sense? And if someone in the comments says, oh, it's because they had a shotgun, look, dude, a lot of people come over the border with guns that are not American. A lot of people. Have you ever heard of a cartel member? Have you ever heard of a terrorist? Have you ever heard of a person who just has a gun who wants to come into this country? I mean, Mexico is not a super safe place depending on where you're at, so it wouldn't be surprising if a lot of people came over with guns. But that's what they're doing to these people in this situation. Oh, you went down there to hunt? You got a couple of geese and some shotguns? Well, why don't you go sit in a fucking cage while we look at your stuff? And what we're gonna also do is we're just gonna sit here and make you guys watch a bunch of illegal aliens run through. And then what'll happen is they'll get on a bus and they'll get sent out to LA. How's that sound? Does that sound good? Does that sound like we value you as an American? Folks, we are in a time in America where inflation is at an absolute crazy standard. If you go to the grocery store weekly, you know what I'm talking about. I just bought $7 worth of blueberries, that big. The US dollar is just not worth what it used to be. That is why it is so important to invest in precious metals. American Hartford Gold has an A+ on the Better Business Bureau. They have experts that talk to you to help you diversify your portfolio. They have gold, silver, platinum in both bars and coins. And they offer their clients a buyback guarantee. The last reason I'd say that right now is the best time to get into the precious metal market is because what China is doing to the US. The FBI just warned that there are several cyber attacks that could lead to a grid down situation or just an infrastructure failure. What that means is that if all your money's in the bank, you're gonna have a really hard time getting it out and you're gonna have nothing to trade with. So right now is the best time to call American Hartford Gold. That's 844-940-0662, or you can text HEAVY to 65532. Tell them that I sent you over. They will give you up to $5,000 of free silver on your first order. Make sure that your money is protected with American Hartford Gold. Look, everyone, I'm gonna make this ever so clear. There are a lot of people who are on the other side who say, well, we need immigration because everybody deserves to be in America.
So last summer, New York State offered to help by launching a $25 million migrant relocation program, paying an entire year's rent for every migrant family that chooses to move out of the city. The problem is New York's suburban communities don't want them.
Here's what I want you to do. Okay? For the people that are saying that, I want you to put a sign on your door to your home or your apartment that says, come in, eat my food, sleep in my bed, use my shower, use my toothbrush. But don't stop there. Also, what I want you to do is I want you to advertise it. So I want you to wrap your entire vehicle in your address, directions to how to get to your apartment, and saying, free So why don't you do that and you tell me how you like it, how that's going for you. Also, what I want you to do is I want you to give a portion of your income to those people because somehow our government has decided that they're going to give them $5,000 gift cards. So if you make $1,000 a week, I want you to give $100 a week to those people. I think what people don't understand is that we are paying for this. The US citizens are paying for these people. Do you like that? The people who are yelling, yeah, immigration, just let them through. Do you like that? I don't know. For the people who are on welfare or whatever the hell, what if they only gave you half the money for tax stamps because they've got to give it to the immigration people? Would you be happy about that? I mean, for God's sakes, the other side, they need to wake up. This isn't a joke anymore. This isn't a humanitarian issue anymore. This isn't a, oh, well, we shouldn't have borders. This is a, we are selfish and we want our country for ourselves. If you were born in another country, I've said it before, tough shit. Make the best of where you're at. But until we solve our problems, until we start using our tax dollars for us, stay out. But this is ridiculous. The fact that they threw these Americans in cages, it just shows the irony of this entire thing.